Hello, greetings, everybody. This is Holly with Holly Hopkins Jazz, and this is an episode of Closet Conversations. This is episode number 4, a giant number 4. And tonight I'm so excited because we're going to be featuring a fabulous jazz vocalist out of the Charlotte, North Carolina area. For anybody who's been following jazz in the Charlotte area, they have definitely come across her name. This is going to be a great night. We're going to learn about all of her events that she's got coming up, and it's Nicci Canada. So with that, I'm going to bring Nicci in. Give me 1 second here. Hello, Nicci.
Hey, Holly, how are you?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm wonderful.
Good, good. Hey, Nicci, thank you so much for taking time to visit with us tonight. I know you're very busy, got a lot going on. Anybody that looks at your website alone knows that you've got a lot going on. Okay. So I appreciate you taking the time to visit with us. The whole goal of this is to, hey, learn about you. And I was just kind of giving Nicci just a reminder of kind of what this is, because yes, I am in my closet. So periodically, I will do an episode featuring a great musician and artist, and I just do it from my closet. It just makes sense. It's Closet Conversations. So I'm happy that you could join us tonight, Nicci, and look forward to hearing about you. And with that, I'm going to just kind of dive right in, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
I would love to know more about your overall product. So Dapper Street Productions, and I know we're going to talk about a segment of that, but can you just tell us how Dapper Street Productions started?
Well, again, like, I started off as, trying to pursue a music career. And I kind of just fell into jazz. And, as an artist, I know you can definitely relate to where, we're just out here just asking anyone, please listen to my demo. Where we can be heard, this is where we are. We're at every bar, we're at every nightclub, we're at every talent show, just saying, hey, just listen to what it is that I have to bring to the table. So did the music thing. Well, I'm still a singer, but I had the opportunity to perform with the Charleston Symphony Orchestra back in 2015.
Okay.
Yeah, and I remember my booking agent had called me at that time and said, hey, I have this great platform for you. And I remember when he told me about it, I was a little nervous, like, wow, I've never experienced this before. I was a little nervous and almost chickened out. And he said, no, you got this. So I went to Charleston, and I practiced for about 20 minutes with the orchestra, and it was showtime. And I never forget that particular experience, because I thought it just went it was like, this is just perfect. I was just built for this. And I remember, I think I sent out about maybe 50 to 60 press kits at that time. I printed those out and I was just mailing them everywhere I could. And I didn't get not one response from those, not one, not even a no. And I thought, well, surely I didn't have this experience for nothing. And, I ended up going to the Tulsa, Oklahoma Symphony Orchestra and did some work with them. And I just said, you know what, just the way that I'm built, if no one's going to give me a stage or a platform, I'm going to create my own.
Awesome.
And I remember saying, I'm just going to start my own business, and started Dapper Street. And I had started the Dapper Street Jazz Orchestra. And I did my first show. It was called Lady Ella. And I had it at the, oh gosh, what is anyway, I had that first show in Charlotte.
Yeah.
And like I said, all those no's, I just said, you know what, I'm going to create my own stage. And that is how Dapper Street was born. Dapper Street has been in existence for the last 7 years. And it's my baby, and, just growing, started off doing small shows, and about 10 to 15 people would show up. And now we've built an audience that, well over 200, 300 people will show up for the jazz event. So I'm just, I'm proud of her.
You should be proud. I think that is amazing. I am this is so cool because I do research, of course, before I get on here, but I did not put that together. I saw your performance online with the Charleston Symphony Orchestra. I realize you may have done multiple, but it was a beautiful, lovely, lovely performance,
Thank you.
and loved seeing that. So that is very, very cool. How Dapper Street Productions was born out of that drive that you have. Hey, you definitely, I've known you for about 5 years. We have kind of followed each other on social media and all that. I first found out about you when you and I each were featured performers, different nights, but at the O. Henry Hotel series. I don't know if you
Yes.
yeah,
Oh gosh, yes. That's so
yeah.
wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's been about 5 years ago. At that point, you were 2 years into Dapper Street Productions.
Hmm.
I have
Hmm.
always, always, always admired, your marketing, everything about what you do, so it's really cool to get some behind the scenes, how this developed type story.
Yes. I
Yeah,
always tell people, you never let no stop you.
yeah,
Build your own platform.
that's
And what I love about Dapper Street, even though I built it because I got tired of people telling me no, I wanted to build this platform for other artists.
yeah,
To give people a place to where they could express themselves, and still understanding that a lot of artists don't understand or don't want to be bothered with the business aspect of it. They
mhm,
just want the stage, you
right.
know. And I wanted Dapper Street to be that place, to be that safe stage to where you could just come and express yourself.
Well, you're doing it. You are absolutely doing it, and it's again, it's super cool to hear a little bit more about the background. Now, I I'm s- uh, this is just super cool. When I reached out to you to do this interview,
Hmm.
I it's something you were one of the people on the list that I wanted to get to and everything. And you did me a favor a few years back in one of my other areas of business, and I really appreciated that. And you've always been supportive online, so I really wanted to feature you in one of these episodes.
Yeah.
But after I reached out to you, I realized that you and I both are being represented on April 22nd,
Yes.
Huntersville Parks and Rec Department performance for the community.
Yes.
And I was like, oh, this is just meant to be. So tell me about the program that you are going to have at that event.
Okay, so I'm really excited now because Dapper Street is presenting the Dapper Street Kids. I launched Dapper Street Kids no, was it last? No, yes. I launched Dapper Street Kid last year, and I'm really excited. This show is called Jazzerific. So we're gonna have a few artists on stage, but with Jazzerific, we have a show. It's with Miss Essie and the Nifties. Dapper Street, we have a band called the Nifties, and we teach kids about the evolution of jazz, and it's really really fun. And actually, our characters, Jazzabug and Soul Digger, will be there in attendance as well. So I'm really excited. I have been Dapper Street Kids has just been in my heart for the last 15 years, even before I started Dapper Street. Um, my actually the whole kid thing was birthed a long, long time ago. So I felt like it's time. And we've had this show several times in Charlotte. So I'm looking to take this show outside of Charlotte. I plan on traveling with that particular show.
I think it's phenomenal. I have looked it up online and watched some YouTube videos. And we could talk about Dapper Street TV in a minute as well. But I've watched a few videos. It's absolutely it's delightful. It just seems like a very engaging, fun type thing that's yeah, it's family friendly and it engages the kiddos and introduces them to something new, which is very important.
Yeah.
Maybe new to them, maybe not. And then also, I think the parents enjoy it just as much as the kids.
They do. They do. I get emails saying, I wish it was longer.
Yeah.
The parents wish it was longer, but for the kids, about an hour show teaching them about something, I think that's with attention spans, hours great. But the parents, they enjoy it as well, and it's evolving. That's the cool
Yes.
thing about the show. It's new and it's evolving, and you make the mistakes. And you're like, how can we make this better? So
Yeah.
but it's the process is still fun.
Oh, well, I think it's just great. And so, again, for those of you who are watching, thank you for joining us. And we realize some of you may be watching this later at a later date. And this is Nicci Canada. We're so excited to have Nicci here. She's telling all about Dapper Street Productions, which is her production company, which features artists and herself. She's a wonderful performer, and then she's also spun off Dapper Street Kids, which is a great program. I'm going to show you here in just a second. Of course, before I switch off, let me just mention each her act and then Holly Hopkins Jazz will both be featured coming up at Veterans Park in
Yay.
Huntersville, North Carolina, Saturday, April 22nd.
Yes.
And Nicci's program will start at 4 p.m. So be sure and get there, bring a chair. There's going to be food vendors. There's going to be beverage vendors. It's going to be a great family day.
Yes.
And then at about 6:15, we'll switch over and Holly Hopkins Jazz will come on. So it's going to be lots of fun. And I know I can't wait to see and hear Dapper Street Kids.
Now I'm going to tell you why I'm excited is because I've been following you for years. We have talked, but I have never seen you perform live. So I look forward to Saturday. Next Saturday.
It'll be fun. I'll be so tickled to see you in person. We're going to do a selfie. We're going to do a selfie together. Okay. We're going to do it. Now let me show everybody. I'm going to share the screen here just for a second. And I'm going to show everyone how they can find more out about Dapper Street. So this is Dapper Street Productions. You have a lovely website, Nicci.
Thank you.
Yes. So you can see all of her information, of course, across the top. She's got some very cool projects she's working on. Really take some time, check out her website. It's just amazing, everything she's got going on. And right here is Dapper Street Kids. Now, before I click on that, I just want to show you for upcoming events. It's just right down below here. You'll get to see everything that she's got going on. All right. But let's go back up to Dapper Street Kids. Again, this is just amazing. And I'm so curious how this project came along. I am curious to know, you mentioned that you had this idea several years ago. It's been an idea in the making, and then you've got these caricatures, which the artwork is amazing.
Thank you.
Then you have real people who represent you in these different programs, correct?
Yes. We have the live version of the characters, of the Dapper Street characters.
That is really cool. That is really cool. So how did the artwork even develop for this, Nicci? How did that come about?
You know what, man, this has been years. See, when I started out, I had a idea that I wanted a girl. Her name was Jazzabug. And Jazzabug started out literally as like a bug, like an insect, but I wanted her to look really human with wings. And this might have been about 15 years ago. So, it's like, as I started along this musical journey, and then I thought, you know what, Jazzabug is me. And I was like, I don't want her to be a bug anymore. I want her to be a little girl.
Yeah.
And so that's really how she evolved. And then I thought, okay, now I have Jazzabug. And, as an artist and even as a business person, you think, okay, you can't put this stuff out here till you get things trademarked and copywritten, so I had to hide this thing for a long time. And then I thought, Jazzabug needs some friends. So then along came So Dig It. And then we had Blues McCool. So I'd always, because I want to get into animation. I want to get into cartoons and things like that. So really that's how it started, because I kept thinking, I really would love to just do Disney and all of those things. And then once I started the Dapper Street Kids, I was like, you know what? These kids are for my music production company. And everything just is something how, you start off with this idea and you see how things evolve.
Yeah.
And I never saw the characters here, but everything's just flowing. So, like I said, I would like to get into cartoon and animation. So we'll just see where this goes.
Hey, I told you when we talked preliminary, I see you dive in And I love that about you. You dive in, you figure it out, and it shows. And I'm so excited to see this end result or current end result as it may continue to develop for you. That's just going to be a really cool program. Again, everybody that's just jumping in, this is going to be downtown Huntersville, North Carolina. But hey, you can hire Nicci to come see you where you're at. So reach out to her directly. But if you're in this Lake Norman area or Charlotte area, please plan on joining us at Veterans Park Saturday, April 22nd, starting at 4 p.m. so you can see Dapper Street Kids and Nicci Canada as they put on a great show for the kids in the park area and for the adults, myself included. So, and then stick around at 6:15. Holly Hopkins Jazz will be performing. And I got to tell you now, just like that, 15 minutes has gone by, Nicci.
It has.
There's so much that I want to share more, but maybe, hey, you know what? We'll just
have to do it again.
Part two.
Exactly.
Date and follow up on some of this. But tell me, what's your next performance coming up for the production company, Dapper Street Productions? What's your next show that you're going to be having?
Well, I had a couple shows that I had on the books, and I had those canceled. Again, like any production company, sometimes we have to kind of scale back to kind of look at things. But the next big one is going to be in August.
Awesome.
And it's called HHJazz, and it's going to be a women empowerment jazz event. I actually have Paula Atherton coming in from New York. This is going to be a beautiful, so we're going to have it's going to be a great women empowerment jazz event. It's going to be in August. You can actually go to my website and click through the link and to get more information. But that's the next big event. Like I said, I had to put some more events on hold just to kind of, we're scaling and pulling back and things like that. So
that's right. Well, you're always creating. So no matter what is going on, I know that you're always creating.
No. Let me real quick. I did do a partnership with the Arts and Science Council. So I do have some events in the summer coming up for the kids. We're going to be doing a lot more jazzerific events. I'm sorry. And so those will start in June. And those events are actually on the website as well. So yeah, we do have a busy schedule. I don't know how I forgot about that.
That's okay. It's all there. Hey, if you ever need to know your own schedule, check your website. It's already on there. You've got it. Yeah, no, that's cool. So for those of you who may be just joining, this is Nicci Canada, and super talented lady here in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. Hey, Nicci, thank you so much.
Thank you, Holly.
I would really, really like to know, again, trying to know you as an artist. When we talked the other day, what came to mind for me was your musical heartbeat. I really, when you present there, that comes across to me like there's an engagement and everything. And I appreciate that. That's one of the things I appreciate about you. But what kind of gets you excited? What gets your musical heartbeat pumping? What can you share that with us? I know that's a hard question.
It is a hard question. I mean, I know that, I grew up in a musical family.
Okay.
And my grandmother owned a juke joint. I don't know if y'all are familiar with what a juke joint is.
Oh, tell us, listeners. Yeah,
she owned a juke joint. Almost kind of similar if you ever watched The Color Purple, that kind of environment, And I remember just as a young girl, even like the alcoholics used to come through the door. They never had any money, but they always wanted to drink. And there was an old dusty jukebox in the corner of it was called the Stand. My grandmother called it the Stand. So you had, people that were coming through the little town that would visit. So I used to sit and listen to the music that was playing, the jazz, the soul, the blues. That's how I was exposed. And I didn't, in my household, like I grew up Christian, so jazz was not allowed in the house. Jazz was considered the devil's music. But the foundation that I had, when I would be with my grandmother, I just remember those. So it's nostalgic. And I don't know, I just like I said, I grew up in a family of musicians and singers. So singing is just what we do. Even if we're talking, we always got a song. It's just who we are. It's like, it's just in you, And Dapper Street to me is just almost like a part of a legacy, as me having that particular company. It's almost like, I'm paying homage to my grandfather. My grandfather used to sing in a quartet, you know, and he used to travel, you know, so it's almost like Dapper Street is dedicated to grandma, to
Yeah,
grandpa, you know, so that's really my heartbeat of
I
Dapper
love
Street.
it.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, we love hearing about what makes you tick as a musician and artist and how you began. We've learned a lot of great things about you tonight, Nicci, and we appreciate you opening up and sharing that with us. And wish you the very best. And we'll keep following you. And hey, we're going to check out your website and follow you. And
Okay.
I personally will look forward to seeing you on Saturday, April 22nd.
I can't wait. And
Yeah,
again, thank you so much for having me. Yeah, let's look. I look forward to part 2.
sounds good. We'll do it. All right.
All
Take
right.
care, everybody. We'll see
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Nicci. Bye
Have a good
bye.
night. Bye bye.